Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and I hope every one of you is having a great time. And today we are going to discuss what is the difference between a promissory note, a bill of exchange, a check, and a bond. So, promissory note, bill of exchange, and check. These terms come under Negotiable Instruments Act, and Section 4 defines promissory note, Section 5 defines bill of exchange, and Section 6 defines check, that is from Negotiable Instruments Act. Whereas bond comes under Stamps Act, and that is defined in Section 2, Clause 5. So bond is defined in Stamps Act, and that is in Section 2, Clause 5. Now, what is the basic difference? So, you know that all this is related to money. That is a promise that you owe someone money, and these are all related to that, right? So, when it comes to promissory note, that is a undertaking, that is an unconditional undertaking, and it is an instrument that is to be in writing. So, it cannot be a banknote or a currency note. Once again, this is promissory note is not a banknote or a currency note, but it is an instrument in writing, and it should contain an unconditional undertaking that is signed by the maker. And what is the undertaking? It is to pay a certain sum of money. So here it should be money, and only to or to the order of a certain person or the bearer of the instrument. So that is given in Section 4 of the Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. Promissory note is an unconditional undertaking. Now, the bill of exchange, which is defined in Section 5, once you read it, it might seem familiar, but it might seem similar, but it is different. Now, a bill of exchange is an instrument in writing. So, it is an instrument in writing. Both are same. The promissory note as well as bill of exchange is an instrument in writing. A bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing an unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or the bearer of the instrument. So both these definition seems almost the same. So what is different here? Promissory note is an unconditional undertaking, whereas bill of exchange is an unconditional order that is signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay or pay to the other one. So here there is an unconditional order and there is a direction. For bill of exchange, there are three people. For promissory note, there are only two people. That one person is the maker, the other person is the receiver of the money or the payee. But when it comes to bill of exchange, there are three people. That is the maker or the drawer. Then the direction is given to another person. That person will be the drawee, and then the benefits is to yet another person, that is the payee. In certain circumstances, the drawee and the payee can be the same person. Now, what is common for both promissory note as well as bill of exchange? So both these instruments is only for money. It can be only given only for money, and it should be unconditional. It is an unconditional undertaking, and there should be a certainty that to whom and what amount. There should be a certainty. Now, in promissory note, bill of exchange, no witness attestation is prescribed, and it is payable to order or the bearer. So that is common for promissory note as well as bill of exchange. So what is different? Promissory note is an unconditional undertaking. Bill of exchange is an unconditional order directing a person. Now, then comes check, that is defined in section 6. So, a check is a bill of exchange but drawn on a specified banker. So, here the drawee is a specified banker and not expressed to be payable otherwise than on demand, and it includes the electronic image of a truncated check and a check in electronic form. So, the clause regarding electronic image that was amended in 2002 by Act of 55 of 2002, that is the IT Act, and it came into effect from 6 February 2003. Now we have bond. So, bond, how is bond different to these? So, right now we have an idea about what is a promissory note, what is a bill of exchange, and what is a check. Now, how is a bond different? So, bond is defined in Section 2, Clause 5 of the Stamp Act, and here it says that any instrument whereby a person obliges himself to pay money to another on condition that the obligation shall be void if a specified act is performed or is not performed, as the case may be. So, with respect to bond, it is not unconditional but a conditional obligation. Now, it further says any instrument attested by a witness and not payable to order or bearer, whereby a person obliges himself to pay money to another. So, once again, here there should be attestation by a witness. Further, any instrument so attested whereby a person obliges himself to deliver grain or other agricultural produce to another. So, when it comes to bond, it is not necessary, it is to obliges oneself to give money, it can be other products too. So, that is the difference between promissory note, bill of exchange, check, and bond. Once again, promissory note, bill of exchange, check. These come under Negotiable Instruments Act, whereas bond comes under Stamps Act. Now, there are some other differences with respect to acceptance, liability, days of grace, discharge of liability, so on.